The renovation and improvement project was inspired by something many of us have experienced firsthand: walking into the library and not being able to find a quiet place to focus, study, or a working computer. We realized that the space, while central to the student life, doesn't meet the current needs of how students study and collaborate today. To better understand the challenge, we conducted a student survey, and the results made things very clear. 67% of the respondents say there aren't enough quiet study areas. Over 55% rated the library's sitting comfort as fair or poor. And only 33% of the students say they can always find a functional computer when they need one. When we ask about the kind of improvements students want the most, the top three were consistent: more study rooms, better noise regulation, and more individual study stations. As part of the renovation, and based on that, we will build 7 additional study rooms, incorporate soundproof walls for a quieter environment, install 10 modern tables equipped with charging outlets, and 7 smart TVs with whiteboards. And finally, meet the amazing team behind this project, the group that thought through every step and details to bring this vision to life. First one is AN, the operation planner. Second one, Camille, communications coordinator. Third one, financial advisor, Ali. Fourth one, risk manager officer, which is Kia. Max is the stakeholder engagement. Sephora is the quality assurance specialist. And for last, Alex is the innovation analyst.
A breakdown of a project timeline. This project was designed carefully to balance efficiency, quality, and minimal disruptions to campus activities. The full project will take around 6 to 7 weeks, broken into 5 key phases. We begin with the planning phase, which will take a full 1 month. During this time, we'll hold consultations with key stakeholders like students, faculty, administration, and faculty staff. The goal here is to make sure everyone's voices are heard and that we're building a library that meets everyone's needs. In addition, this phase includes finalizing a project budget. We'll lock in funding sources, confirm financial approvals, and ensure that all cost estimates are realistic and aligned with the available resources. Once planning is solidified, we move on to procurement. Also scheduled for 1 month, this stage is all about hiring the right contractors and sourcing high quality, cost effective materials. Because this phase sets the foundation for a smooth construction process, it's important that we get it right. We'll be evaluating bids from experienced contractors, negotiating contracts, and ensuring that materials like ergonomic chairs, smart boards, and lighting are ordered in advance to prevent any supply delays. The third phase is the construction, which will also take 1 month. This is where the physical transformation of the library begins. Construction will include demolition of outdated structures, building soundproofed study rooms, updating lighting systems, and painting to create a more modern and inviting atmosphere. Special care will be taken to schedule this work during lower traffic times like reading week or breaks to minimize disruption for students and faculty. Next, we transition into technology installation, which is expected to take 2 weeks. In this phase, we'll install smartboards, TVs, and charging stations throughout the new study spaces. The goal is to create a tech advanced environment that supports modern learning and collaboration. We'll also ensure everything is tested for functionality and integrated seamlessly with existing college systems. Finally, we'll conclude the final review phase, which will also take 2 weeks. During this time, we'll conduct a full round of testing and quality checks. We'll invite volunteers, mostly students and staff, to use the renovated spaces and provide feedback through daily surveys. This feedback will be used to make last minute adjustments and confirm that the library meets our goals in terms of comfort, usability, and design. By structuring this project this way, we ensure that each step is thoroughly executed without rushing, while still staying with a realistic time frame. It's a thoughtful process that maximizes impact while staying on schedule.
Okay, everyone. This slide presents an overview of the total budget allocated for the GBC library renovation project. The goal is to ensure a balanced and strategic investment across all key areas, such as construction, equipment, technology, safety, and contingency planning. This visual gives us a high-level snapshot of how the funds are distributed. And in the next slide, I will walk you through the breakdown of each category in detail. Now, let's take a quick look at the overall project budget for the GBC library renovation. As you can see, the largest portion, 38% of the total budget, is allocated to construction and renovation. This covers structural improvements, layout changes, and essential upgrades to the space. Next, 25% is dedicated to furniture and equipment, ensuring staff and students have access to the modern, comfortable, and functional furnishings. 17% of the budget goes to technology, including installation of new TVs, charging outlets, and other digital infrastructure to support a tech-friendly study environment. We have also set aside 10% of safety and accessibility. This includes upgrades like ramps, lighting, and ventilation system to ensure the space is safe and inclusive for everyone. A 6% contingency fund has been included to manage unexpected costs or change during the project. And finally, 4% is reserved for miscellaneous expenses, covering smaller items or services that don't fall under the main categories. Overall, this budget is designed to be both strategic and flexible, focusing on long-term value and functionality.
Quality check, there will be a team of professional inspectors that will be assigned to evaluate different aspects of the project during and after completion. So one of the inspections will be the acoustics and soundproofing. The inspector can assess the sound leakage, checking whether noise from outside the study rooms can be heard within the study rooms, and whether noise from inside the study rooms can be heard from the main library or even between connecting study rooms. Some testing methods could be playing loud music and loud conversations, and that being stimulated from within the study rooms and from external sources as well. This will help determine if the soundproofing measures are effective in minimizing external and internal disruptions. We'll also ensure that the soundproofing material don't compromise safety, specifically in an event of an emergency like a fire. So fire safety regulations will be strictly followed to guarantee the safety of the students using the study rooms. So ventilation and air quality. Proper ventilation will be evaluated to ensure that air quality within the study rooms is optimal in case of strong odors like body odor, food, or perfumes, which can lead to discomfort and headaches for students, and that would affect their productivity. An inspection will be conducted to ensure the HVAC systems are functioning properly and that there are no sources of unpleasant odors that can be disruptive. The electrical safety and accessibility, which would include wiring, plugs, outlets, they will all be carefully inspected to make sure they meet safety standards. Inspectors will verify that all outlets are accessible and that any necessary charging stations for students are functional and user-friendly. Pre-project launch. Before the official launch of the renovated study rooms, there will be an assessment by gathering volunteers to test the study rooms and all its renovated attributes for a period of 3 weeks. As the novelty of the renovation wears off, we'll get more of an accurate idea of the user satisfaction and how it fluctuates over time. This data will help us identify any issues or areas of improvement and give us enough time for a fine-tuning before the final launch. Post-project launch, after the official launch of the renovated study rooms, there will be an ongoing assessment to ensure the continuous quality and improvement of the study rooms, and there will be an optional survey for any students to drop their opinions and what they would their input on the conditions and functionality of the study rooms. There will also be an annual inspection that will be carried out to assess the condition of the furniture and soundproofing, and the ventilation and electrical system. This will help us identify any wear and tear and ensure that the study rooms continue to meet the standards and the needs of the students. And there will also be feedback from the students, which will be continuously monitored, and improvements will be implemented based on the results of the assessments, which will ensure the study rooms evolve to meet the changing needs of the student body and maintain a high standard of quality over a long period of time.
Next we have is risk management. Here I will be sharing the top 3 risks that are involved during the completion of this project. The very first risk is to disruption to students. During the project in progress, it is very natural to have a lot of noise during the construction time. Well, this cannot be eliminated, but trying to schedule the construction during off-peak hours can be a solution. Next we have is budget restrictions. Generally, while getting an approval for project, budget plays a big role. There is always a high probability of budget problems. Therefore, it becomes necessary to establish a contingency fund and prioritize spending and essential upgrades first. The third risk is construction delay. As project has started, there are chances of unwanted circumstances that may occur which may delay the completion period than what is expected. To avoid this, development of a buffer timeline and secure alternative suppliers is to be done so that the outcome of project is best effectively and efficiently.
So the journey itself was really engaging and interesting. On this course, we've learned a lot of new things and concepts. Since we started to work, we've put a lot of effort, and we are finally grateful that we can see the result of our work. Thanks everyone for your attention and time today. Stay strong, guys.